Well, what's up, Warrior? Welcome back to Warrior Wisdom. Today, I have the unique opportunity of introducing you to some of our warriors that are winning at a fun level. And I hope that from these, you can extract a lot of wisdom. I think one of the best ways to learn success is just to learn from those that are already succeeding, right? So, with that said, we have launched a system which has allowed the average person, despite their background in social selling, to be able to leverage a system online and start to really experience success. And I know that when we talk about online, depending on where you came from, I'm curious, who here prior to this business has never sold anything online before? Put a me in the comments, you've never sold anything before. Or maybe you're somebody that's tried to and you didn't know how to, right? Like it's complicated. It can be seemingly complicated. But we put this all together into a simple system, and we're seeing people win now at a really fun level. And specifically, there's an aspect to selling products, and our system, like it's not tough to sell products. Once you understand it, it's not a tough thing. But the biggest thing that I've seen that's been a struggle for a lot of people is being able to find partners to partner with them as well too. In the beginning, sometimes you feel like you're the only weird one. You're the only one that's like drinking the Kool-Aid, so to speak. But who here would love to have more partners in your team that are excited as well too, right? And not just any partner, but partners that are ready to go, partners that are ready to launch, partners that are just down, right? So with that said, I wanted to bring up someone today, Esther Martin. Esther, let me know if you can hear me. She is literally a super
Hi
mom.
there.
Hey, what's going on, Esther? Awesome, awesome. How old is the little one that is in your lap right now? No, you're lagging just a little bit. Let me know. Well, that's a great place to have a freeze frame. If you could have any freeze frame, that's a good one to have. But let's see if you can hear us okay. And
I
worst,
can.
okay.
I'm back on again.
No worries. Awesome, awesome. Okay. So let's go for this. If it lags too much, we'll figure it out. But I think so far, so good. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. Esther, first, I'd love to ask you this because you just enrolled a brand new partner that's fired up. That's exactly who you're looking for, that's ready to launch. Your new partner actually just bought a PXP ticket, someone you did not know, actually, someone you met online. In fact, when we got together, it was so funny because your new partner was like, wait, Esther, how do we know each other here? Because you're finding ways to connect online with people that you don't know, which is awesome, you know? So, and you guys are going to get a chance to meet Margie very soon. She's a holistic healer. She's passionate. Like she is incredible. And now she's your newest partner, which is so
That's
cool.
right.
But before we dive into that, yeah, how old is your little one that's on your lap right there?
This one's 20 months.
20 months. Okay. How many children do you have?
We have four. Any day
Wow.
number five.
Any day number five, like literally any day.
So
Okay.
it could be any moment.
Any moment. It could be on this call. Okay. Like literally like that. So seriously, like no excuse at all. Okay. So Esther, prior to doing this business, have you ever had any single type of online business experience?
I have tried and never succeeded at anything. I
Mm,
have been in the online space for like at least 2 years now.
mm,
I've
mm,
taken lots of coaching, highly experienced coaches who just couldn't understand why I'm not performing.
mm.
And I seriously couldn't figure it out either. So it went till I started
Lagged out a little bit there. I'm gonna remove your video just in case that one actually you can be able to hear and talk better. But let's
I
try
think if I
something. Dramatic pause. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm not you. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me, okay?
I have never successfully sold anything online prior to this.
Mm, gotcha. Gotcha. And even before that, because you and your husband, you came from a background, a religious background where literally you had no social media, right?
Nothing, no internet. The first time I picked up a phone, a smartphone, was 3 years ago.
Wow.
I had
Okay.
never touched a computer, didn't even know how they look.
Wow. Wow. So anyone that thinks I'm not good with technology, anyone that thinks I don't have any social media following, literally 3 years ago, you had no technology and you had nothing. So you literally started from scratch and then you bumbled your way through trial and error to try to figure it out and nothing was clicking. So what was different then when you partnered with us and you followed the system here? What do you think has been making a difference for you?
I think the main thing that made the difference was the systems that were in place that allowed me to increase my personal confidence.
Mm,
I think the main reason I wasn't succeeding was I wasn't confident.
that's a
I knew I have skills, I know I have knowledge that not everyone does, but I felt like a nobody, like I couldn't serve anyone.
mm-hmm.
And my husband, he's my faithful standby, and he knows I could help people if I could figure out how to do it. So he's standing behind me and applauding me every day and telling me to just keep on going and you'll figure this out and you'll get somewhere. And he's my biggest cheerleader, and that's why I'm here.
Jonathan's a rock star. Absolutely. Well, every tribe needs a lot of support there. What inspired me about you, Esther, is yesterday we did on our word wisdom. We were talking about the importance of vulnerability. We're talking about the importance of learning how to work with other people. And so many times in business, we think, I got it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do it by myself. But right after we spoke, you actually messaged me and you asked me some questions. And shortly thereafterwards, literally, I think it was like within an hour of you messaging me, we were able to get your new partner started. So one thing I want to applaud is warriors we're talking about draw strength from vulnerability. And so many times we hold ourselves up into our own selves, but it's so important to learn how to lean off of each other. It's so important to know how to work with your coaches, mentors, your partners as well too. You don't just have to do it by yourself because you might think that you're doing all the right things, but it just might be one detail off. It just might be one thing off. And I want to honor you for that. It's a huge, huge thing. All right. So, Esther, I want to ask you some tactical stuff because you literally had no social media following and you met your new partner online. So, what are some ways that you are actually expanding your reach online to people that you want to partner with? Because not just anyone. I mean, Margie's a powerhouse. She's a healer. She's already got a practice. Like, she's awesome.
Has been
I'll say that again, Esther. They live the RV life. So they literally are like out and about in so many different places. So let me know
I
if you can
think
hear.
I think I'm back on again.
You're back. We hear you. Yes. Perfect. So how are you finding people? How are you expanding your social media reach?
I'm going into
Facebook groups? Okay, you're back.
Yeah, I think I have to connect on another device. This one's internet just isn't coming through.
No worries. No worries. Okay. If you want to do that, you can do that as well too. I can give some
Yeah.
summaries in the meanwhile as well. So feel free to disconnect there. But guys, this is what's inspiring as well is just I just think about someone like an Esther, and this is what warriors do. Despite the challenges, they figure it out. Think about somebody that literally didn't have a smartphone for 3 years ago. Who here has had a smartphone for more than 3 years? Put a three in the comments if you had a smartphone for more than 3 years, right? I think almost all of us, right? It's like you're where we can't not have a smartphone now. Somebody that literally had no social media following at all, so starting from scratch. someone that's been through and tried to build business online, but failed over and over and over and over again, and could have let that hold her back. But I know that she has a dream of having a dream home with her and her kids and everything. And then she stumbled upon this system and then figured it out. So with that, there's Esther. Now let's see if you can hear us okay. That seems better.
Now I think it should work.
Okay,
Internet
awesome.
background just isn't very good.
No
The
worries.
internet.
No worries. And a big thing as well, too, because even with limited internet, still figuring it out. So Esther, teach us the ways. So how are you finding people? You go into Facebook groups. And then another pause. So fun. Whenever there's resistance, that means that something big and epic is about to happen. I know. So Esther, let me know if something happens. I will sum this up and perhaps I'll have Esther do a live video to be able to come into the group so she can share some more details as well too. But guys, remember she has 4 kids. She literally any day now can pop number 5. Like she's like 39 weeks and a half weeks old, like pregnant. So it's literally right now. And even despite that, she's still figuring things out. So this is what I know she's been doing is she goes to Facebook groups. And number 1, she knows who she's looking for. For her, she is looking for kingdom-minded Christian wellness people. That's who she's looking for. So here's a tip for you. Who are you looking for? If you don't know who you're looking for, you're not going to find them, right? So it's called niching down. So put in the chat, what do you want to look for? Like, who would be your dream person to be able to partner for? Put some elements of who they would be. And don't worry, I know it's important. It's scary to decide, but it's like when you know who you're looking for, it allows you to hone in and expand. So it's really, really important. And no worry, Esther, your story already is inspiring in itself. So she knows who she's looking for. Number 2, what does she do? She goes and she finds communities like a Facebook group where these people would be hanging out. So Joanne says cancer survivors who need to regain their health. So you know what I would think is, where do cancer survivors who need to regain their health, where do they hang out? What are some Facebook groups, right? Maybe it's cancer survivors, right? Like these types of things, I would think, okay, let me get into these communities so I can find my people. Now she goes into these Facebook groups, and what she does is she looks into the group and she's looking for people that are aligned with her values. In your business, you get to choose who you work with and partner with. You don't have to work with everybody. You can find the ones. Maria says menopausal women who need help to feel better and get out of the fog. There's a lot of women just like that, Maria. So think, where would they hang out? Right? Maybe it's a menopausal group, or maybe it's just a mom's group, right? Like moms in their 40s and 50s. Like you might look up these types of places and then go into that community. So once you're in there, build relationships. What Esther does, and she does this in mass, is at least every day, she's going in these groups, she's finding her aligned people, and she actually friends them. She friends at least 20 people every single day. Some people say, well, I friended one here, I friended one there. She's building a lot of intentional relationships. Dr. Pia said, stress out corporate leaders and entrepreneurs. There's a lot of those. So you friend them, and then you just send a message. So can you imagine you found them in a group, you feel aligned, and I might send them a private. So I'm gonna friend them. I'm gonna like and comment on some of their posts so they can like flag. And then I'm going to send them a little message. And you might see something like, hey, Bob, I saw you in the Asian fitness group. Let's say that's from you, right? And I felt like we were aligned. I'd love to connect. Just a nice little message like that. So she sends a friend request. She sends a message. She's building a genuine relationship. And another thing and this is what starts to happen. This is assuming you're posting, because Esther's posting every single day, according to her DMO. She's posting things about the drop. She's posting things about her family. She did an amazing post about how she's literally ready to pop any single day, right? She's building that relationship. I know that what Margie, her newest partner, said is they go onto your profile and they scroll through and they're going to be like, do I align with this person or not? Who here has ever gotten a request from somebody and you stalk their Facebook, right? You're like, should I accept? And if you don't see anything on their page that aligns with you, you're going to be like, I don't think so. But if you see that they're showcasing what they do, who they are, what they believe in, what they stand for, and they align with your values, they're going to accept your friend request and you're building a relationship. Okay. Here's one key thing I know Esther does as well too, though. Esther has ready a message for when people ask you the inevitable question, which is, what do you do? What do you do? Do you have a message ready to go? I know Joanne on this line, she says, I sell skinny chops to women all around the world. That could work, right? If you were Maria, you might say something like, I help menopausal women feel great and get out of their fog. Do you guys see how this works? You have a message of how you can help people that is specific to them because they're your ideal client. When you share with them what you have, they're able to go. Esther, I hear you.
Hush, Silas. Ideon, come here.
There's the kids going on. She's literally a mom figuring things out, all right? So, and then you start those conversations. But because they friended you back, because now they're watching your profile, and because you're messaging them and you're building a relationship, out of 20, there might be one. Here's the key, though. It's the numbers are key. Sometimes I see where people get lost is they talk to a couple people and then they stop, okay? They say, nobody's getting back to me. Nobody responds to me. Who here's ever said that? You don't have to admit it. I've said that. Nobody is responding to me. No one's saying yes. I want to challenge you that any single time you say to yourself, you hear yourself saying a blanket statement like everybody or nobody, I challenge you at that moment to actually look at the numbers of what you're doing. And more than likely, I can bet my business, you're actually not doing enough quantity. There's billions of people in the world. What we tend to do is we take the responses that we're getting and we justify our lack of results that we want by selling ourselves a story that's a lie. We say, nobody's interested in my business. Nobody's interested in these drops. No, the reality is I only talked to 3 people and no one responded. And I think that means that they don't like what I have. Does this make sense, guys? Put me in the comments if you're like, it makes sense. That's why what I love about Esther is she has disconnected the outcome from her emotions. That's why she has a daily DMO. She's friending 20 people a day. You know what that means? 19 didn't say anything. So do enough where the seed will land on good ground. And then you're going to be able to help find the right people. All right. So with all of that, I hope that was helpful. That's how you'll meet Margie real soon. She's awesome. She already got a PXP ticket, by the way, as well, too, right away. So she's going to be joining us in September. And other than that, I'm telling you, there are 8 billion people in this world. And out of 8 billion people, how many people do you think are your people? Millions. They're everywhere. You have to know what you're looking for. You have to intentionally find ways to connect with them. You have to be ready to be able to build a relationship and be ready to then guide and lead them. You do all those steps and follow the systems that we have, and success will happen. And don't do it by yourself. She drives people to the machine link. She follows the message boards. She follows up. She asks questions to mentors and coaches when she is in doubt. You do all those different things. That's how you can go from 3 years ago having no smartphone, no following on social media, to now 3 years later. And Esther's been enrolling tons of customers and partners, not just that one right there as well too. And now it's going to be awesome. All right. So thanks, Esther, for letting me summarize. Let me know if I missed anything. I appreciate you for being willing to show up even while you're ready to pop any day now. So we're praying for safe delivery and all that. And warriors, I hope this was helpful. Other than that, we'll see you on later. And I hope this warrior wins.